Well, hello, Flosstube. How are we today? It is Wednesday, November 21st, and it is a whopping 34 degrees outside, and it's snowing. Not like a hard snow. No, it's that light snow that you're like, am I crazy? Is it really snowing? And then you walk outside, and it goes in your ear, and you go, oh yeah, it's snowing, for sure. That kind of snow. Because it might have just happened to me while I was going to the store. Maybe, possibly. It's always an adventure with me. Speaking of adventures, I got a great one for you. If you are new, welcome to the farm. It is the funny farm. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope everybody enjoys what I have for you today, because you get to see a whole week in an hour-ish. Yes, I tend to talk a lot. If you're new, yes, I tend to talk a lot. I do show my stitching at the very beginning of each daily clip. So that way, if you're just here for the stitching, you can fast forward and you kind of have a point of reference to say, okay, we're going to go stitching. And, you know, if you're just kind of playing it on your TV or your phone or your computer and you're stitching along, listening to me, and you kind of hear that break, you'll be like, oh, I gotta look up because she's going to show me something. I thought that was what would work. So that's what I do. I have some great stories to tell you after I show you my stitching. So, I am working on Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. Thanksgiving in the US is tomorrow. I am working on Mr. and Mrs. Delicious through Thanksgiving. I will not film, probably will not be filming a clip tomorrow. Yes, I have some funky lighting going on because it's rather dark out. Hopefully it doesn't affect stuff too much. I look a little shiny. I'm a little shiny right now. Right there. I literally stopped mid-stitching because it was time for me to leave work. Okay, there we go. I had some strings. So, I took it out of the snap because, you know, I do this all the time. I'll measure my fabric and be like, I don't need a whole bunch of extra for you know, because I'm going to stitch it in hand and inevitably end up wanting to put it in a hoop or a Q-snap. I don't have enough. So, I'm getting to the edge. This is the whole piece. Mr. Delicious will be on this side. I hand-dyed it myself. I'm almost done with Mrs. Delicious. I have this little gourd over here to finish. There's some more leaves. And I may have possibly, when I finished stitching this, realized that that was a cat. I don't know what I thought it was, but it's a cat. Let me get a little closer to the camera for you to check out. So, Mr. Delicious will mirror, they'll go beak to beak. I am going to mirror the border. The way it's charted, it just repeats. I'm going to mirror it because I like that look a little better. So, there is that. Put the needles on that. I will be working on that through tomorrow. As I said, no clip tomorrow. I may, you know, take some pictures, film a couple quick clips with our Thanksgiving festivities and stick those in there for Thursday. But there will be no stitching show clip. So on Friday I will spin for Flossmas. We will start Flossmas. Mr. and Mrs. Delicious lives in my BFF's BFF's Bags and Pouches project pouch. Got a vinyl front and absolutely amazing corn. This is amazing. So, I finally got my fabric for Glitter Village to my liking. It's 14 count opalescence that I overdyed, or that I dyed. I didn't overdye it, it came to me white. You can see the opalescence in there. It's coming up a little bit more gray than blue. I mean, it's a pretty gray blue. There is a slight tint of blue in it. It's not 100% the way I wanted it, I guess you could say. I mean, I ice dye, so you never know what you're going to get until you get it. But I had a little bit of the struggle was a little bit real with this. I'm not going to lie. I did not have enough dye. I didn't have enough powdered dye. I was using up what was left of my RIT. And so there was some where you can see where it's very light. Those came out white. So I took some of the liquid RIT that I had, sprayed it on there. It took me a couple days. I rinsed it last night thinking, well, I'm going to rinse it out and we'll see what it looks like. And it actually looks good. So, these really cool splotches here, and here, and here were a little bit bigger before I started spraying. I'm kind of maybe slightly disappointed that they've dissipated. So, this is a fat quarter. I think it said, I think when I did the calculations, I needed like an 18.5 by an 18.5. And that would give me a 3-inch border. I think it was a 3-inch border. Might have only been a 2-inch border, but. So obviously, one side is going to be, you know, it's only 18 this way. So, it'll be a little bit. I'm probably going to orient it on there. I'm probably going to stitch it on there in this orientation. And just go with it. It'll be a little bit tight, but it'll be fine. You know, I'll finish it myself. I'll frame it myself. Because I'm going to finish it myself. Because that's the thing. Paper Pumpkin. I was telling you guys yesterday's clip. Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin did show up yesterday. I heard the little, I heard the mail drop in the slot. So we have a letter slot. We have a mail slot. We have a letterbox. That's what it's called. It's called a letterbox. I know, because Laura from England told me so. I have a letterbox. So I heard the mail drop in, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if Paper Pumpkin's there. And then I heard the beep beep of the guy scanning it, because I was standing in the kitchen next to the back door when the mail got dropped off, and I didn't have anything going in the kitchen, so I could hear it faintly. So, I'm not showing you what's in here this month, though, because if you are on my Christmas card list, some of these might be coming to you. One of these might be coming to you. So, this is not enough for my Christmas card list, but I will not lie, it is a significant help. I'm still going to do, you know, other Christmas. I just want to pet the box. I posted that on Instagram last night, and autocorrect changed pet to meat for some reason. M-E-E-T. I have no idea. And I didn't see it until after I posted, so if you follow me on Instagram, it was a little funny. I'm in love with this. Gingham, buffalo plaid, check. It gets me. You'll see that in a moment. Someone's Christmas gifts here. But he watches Flosstube, so he watches my Flosstube. Or he better. So, I can show you what it is. Wonder if you got mine yet. Probably not. Shook the camera, sorry. Then I went to Joann Fabrics today. This is sort of stitchy related buys. I went to Joann Fabrics because they had their pre-Black Friday sale, I guess you could call it. I'm falling apart. I'm falling. Falling out. As you can call it, they're not open on Thursday. They don't open on Thanksgiving. They stay completely closed on Thanksgiving. So they have, like, you know, some Black Friday sales on Wednesday. Now, if you go Friday or Saturday, there's like a 25% off your total bill, including sale items, coupon. What I was going for was 70% off already. I realized that would have made it like even cheaper, but I don't people real well. I don't crowd real well. So I just went today. Oh, the receipt's in my email. The receipt's in my email. And I can't pull up my email. So I can't really tell you what I spent. Because I opted for just the email receipt, not the paper receipt. But this is the only thing that was actually not on sale. I needed new bobbins for the new sewing machine. Because my old bobbins were the metal ones. I needed the plastic ones. So this wasn't on sale. But I had a 40% off coupon, so I got that for 40% off. Boom. Buttons were on sale for 40% off. So I got buttons for my project bags. I got stuff for my project bags. I probably should have told you what I was buying. So I make myself some project bags. Why? Because, you know, I think I have all the time in the world. Buttons for my project bag. I love steampunk, so I got a little steampunk flair. Someone's going to tell me that the buttons don't really go with the fabric. That's how much I care. Buttons were 40% off. Interfacing for my project bags, also 40% off. I paid nothing regular priced. 2 spools of ribbon for my project bags because I'm going to tie them together, tie them shut, tie them together, tie them shut. That's why there's buttons. $3.99 regular priced, 70% off. And look, they're buffalo plaid. Because, you know, you can really see that with the reflectee. Anyways, they're buffalo plaid. 70% off, $4. 70% off of 4. They were $4 each, 70% off. Don't ask me how much my fabric is. Well, okay, you can ask me how much my fabric was. Because you can ask me in the comments. And I might tell you. If I remember. Fabric was 70%. Christmas fabric was 70% off. It's the year of the Cardinals. So I had to get a Cardinal fabric. I'm not like obsessed with cardinals, but I do like cardinals. I'm in Ohio. Cardinal is the state bird. Joe's favorite color is red. And when a cardinal comes to visit you, legend says that it is a family member visiting you from heaven. And we have always had cardinals in our backyard. We've always had a cardinal in our backyard. So, you know. So, cardinals. Very pretties. I do love it. So, and I do like cardinals. So, 70% off. I think this fabric was like $10 normal price, and I got it for 70% off. This one was like $12, and I got it for 70% off. That's the only reason I actually bought this fabric. It's not the only reason I bought this fabric, but it's cute fabric, but I wasn't really wanting to pay $12 for a yard of this. And I had to buy a yard of this one and this one because they're decidedly directional. So to get the width that I needed, I had to buy a yard. To get what I needed, I had to buy a yard. So it's really cute. Little churches, snowy churches, very country-ish. Snow churches. I like it. That will be a project bag. And don't ask me how much the rest of these were. Snowflake fabric. It's pretty much, that's what you see. And I got a half yard of that. I was going to use this as a lining fabric, but I might actually just make it its own project bag. I don't know. And then, you knew there was going to be some plaid somewhere in that, right? Ah, this plaid. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm not going to lie. I wish I would have bought more. I love it. I love it. I bought a yard and a half of this. I'm definitely lining my bags. So I can probably get 2 bags out of each yard. Which means I will have 2 of the same bags with these 2 prints. Not really sure I need 2 of the same print, but okay. So got a yard and a half of this. I'm probably gonna line. My bags will be lined with this beautifulness. I want to go buy more of it. That's all I got from Joann Fabrics. I'm obsessed with this fabric. I'm obsessed with this fabric. So I'm gonna start making my own project bags because I like project bags. But finding project bags that these project bags are great because you can see what's in them. But I really, really like the envelope style. I just don't like how floppy it is. I like the stiffness of this. So that's why I got the interfacing. So they're going to be my own unique sort of design, if you will. I may sell them along with the hand-dyed fabric. If I ever get the hand-dyed fabric done, because let's be real. It's 3:30 right now. And I have to go put in some work for market on Saturday because Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Alright, that's all I got for you today. I've showed you my stitching, I've showed you my purchasing, and everything that I got from Joann Fabrics cost me like $22 altogether. I'm going to say that's not a bad haul for like 20 bucks. Not going to lie. So, you know, I could have taken a 20% off, 25% off coupon and paid less than that. Like, what, 15 something? 15, 16, something like that. It's really not that serious. I like to save a few bucks, but not at the expense of my sanity. And I've talked for damn near 20 minutes. Dang near 20 minutes. Oh, I said a body word. Bad me. Alright, I have work to go do. So, I will catch you guys all later. Bye. We're deep frying a turkey.
Deep frying that turkey. Gotta get a process thermometer. I'll tell you what, Joe, can you pull that thermometer out?
Stand by for technical difficulties.
There you go. Now, stand clear, folks, because water and oil do not get along too well here. The baptism of oil.
The baptism of oil. You gotta dunk it 3 times.
In nomine Patris, Filii, Spiritus Sancti, Amen.
I hope you guys can hear him.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to end up on the 6 o'clock news, you better do it this way. Specifically, here, not there.
Look, we haven't got the house on fire yet.
God, no, I mean, it's not paid off. Okay.
By the way, brown coat, that's my dad.
All right.
Look, here's the rest. Here's the rest of the
All right.
the farm.
The farm.
That's not the house I grew up in. Neither are those. But that would be the edge of the property.
Or chicken.
Not that barn is not ours.
Turkey, yeah, this is probably where it starts.
Pond.
At least we produce some of it.
We produce some grain. Dad produces grain, soybeans, corn for animal feed. That's their barn. So the house I grew up in used to stand there. Obviously, it is no more. I'll see if I can find pictures. Across the street, the new house that my mom and dad built. I don't know, 10 years, 11 years. And deep fried turkey. So now you know why we're the Slovak farm. There you go. He says it looks overdone.
Cut some bitches. He goes, what? I says, cut
Oh,
them,
sure,
because
Brian.
they ain't gonna get no better.
But it looks yummy.
And you know what?
I think
Oh
it looks
yeah,
yummy.
look at that. It looks good.
It looks good, doesn't
There
it?
looks good. That looks better than
See?
the other picture you took.
It looks good. And take a picture.
Well, it's
Well, like that, we're gonna videos.
yeah.
I say it looks good.
But I'll tell you what.
There's a lot of sugar in the brine, right, Mama?
That was fit in
Yes?
June.
Yes.
Yes.
May and June.
See? It's
I
sugar.
tried to fit that in.
Hello, Flosstube. Happy Black Friday. Happy I'm not leaving my house day. I'll do the Black Friday thing. We did not go to, excuse me, technical difficulties. We did not go to, Omaha State. I have zero intentions of going anywhere today. I do have some work to do this afternoon. Packing stuff up for market tomorrow. I might buy some, fabric. Sorry, someone messaged me on Facebook. I might buy some fabric from Joann's, their website. I'm not really sure I'm ready to pay the shipping. I mean, the fabric's on sale, so it's like ridiculously cheap, right? But you have to pay for the shipping. Amazon Prime has spoiled me. It's like, I would pay... with the way the sale is, it's more for shipping than the fabric. Fabric actually costs, but it's more of that black check plaid fabric. I really like it. I want to buy it. Okay, I digress. I hope you enjoyed my clip from yesterday's turkey festivities. My dad had a good time with me telling him he was going to be YouTube famous. Because my dad has no idea what that means. And I'm not YouTube famous. I did stitch on Mrs. Delicious Wednesday night and yesterday. Although yesterday's stitching was minimal. I'm not going to lie. After I stopped the clip of Dad putting the bird in the oil, there was a comment about every Eastern European Slovak family gathering of ours, we have to have alcohol. And it's true. And I consumed alcohol. Sorry, not sorry. So, Mrs. Delicious is not cooperating. So, this is where I'm at on Mrs. Delicious. I just need to do the bottom border, which I'm going to make a mirror and not a repeat. The chart calls for it to repeat. So, this band is underneath her name. I'm going to flip it and mirror it. It is on Slovak Farm hand-dyed fabric. I'm going to link my page for my stitchy stuff, fabric, thread drops, which will be a little bit different than this design. I may include also the wax cubes, if I knew where my wax cubes were. Wax cubes will be up at Wax Cubes. And thread drops will be posted shortly. Fabric. I actually should go dye some fabric today. But anyways, Mrs. Delicious, Mr. and Mrs. Delicious, of course, live in my BFF Bags and Pouches. I will link BFF Bags and Pouches. I will link Lindy Stitches Etsy shop. And I will include the stitching supply page of mine as my Facebook contact. If you head over there, like the page, there's not going to be a whole lot posted yet. It is what it is. I'm working on it. So, Mr. and Mrs. Delicious are going away till after Christmas. And now, we Christmas stitch. Because we've had the turkey, now we can Christmas. That's the way it works in my world. Hold on. Oh, he doesn't want to. Say hello, Zymai. Zymai's being lovey. Zymai. It's Zymai. He was named after a demon in a book series I was reading at the time. There's more books in the series. I just have not had time to sit down and read lately. So, his birthday was this week. Well, his gotcha day was this week. Because Joe caught him in a have-a-heart trap outside his job. And look at him now. This wild demon that we brought into our house 7 years ago is now the biggest baby on the planet. Okay. I'll snuggle with you in a minute. We had to scroll there for a moment for cat loving. So, we're gonna Christmas stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's an extra slot on my wheel. There's an empty slot on the wheel. The way it is. Huh. Okay. Let's get it not so reflecty. This is days we are stitching. Because, you know, we gotta figure our days out. 2. And since it's all Christmas, there will be no stoppage for ornaments on Sundays. Because ornaments possibilities are on here. So, the Flossmas wheel, what we are stitching on for the next 2 days. So, today and tomorrow. Actually, that works out. I may stitch an ornament on Sunday. Because today, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday. Sunday would just be, yeah. Okay. Nope. We are starting the next piece in the Nativity. Hopefully it's not the devil to me. Okay. One of these two wise men. Which wise man do I want to stitch? He's got purple in him. I like purple. I think I'll just start him. So, somewhere in here is all of the charts. Wait, which one's that? Is that? I gotta find the chart. I can't find his chart. So when we there's baby Jesus. There's angels. There's the Holy Family. All right. I do have I have working copies of the charts. Obviously, I'm showing you the back side of it. I made working copies of the charts. I enlarged them slightly. And then I have, like, the actual chart. The chart came like this. It was folded in 4s, but if I fold it down, you'll see a pattern. So I have the chart in here. I just don't have it enlarged. I can live with that. That's all I have for you today. I forgot to add those bits to the cards. If you follow me on Instagram, I can post it to Facebook too. I made Christmas cards on Wednesday also, so that's why there wasn't a whole lot of stitching on. I probably could have had the border done on Mrs. Delicious had I stitched most of Wednesday night and not drank yesterday. But it is what it is. I got Christmas cards done. You don't get to see them yet. I will take pictures of the finished cards and post and put them on a video after I send out the Christmas cards. I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody. So that's it. I'm going to find a Wiseman pattern. And I'm going to go stitch. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys later. Bye. Greetings, Flosstube.
Hi.
It's Monday.
Yeah. Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
It is Monday, November 26th. It is currently 33 degrees outside and snowing.
And the temperature's dropping, which means tomorrow is going to stink.
Yes, this morning when I went to work at 5:45 this morning, it was 45 degrees. It is now currently 7:02 and it is 33 degrees.
And it's gonna get
And if
worse.
you watch my spin clip, that's going to be after this. I'll tell you what the temperature was when I got home from work.
Spin clip.
I
Wouldn't that
spun,
make you dizzy?
I spun my project wheel, my whip wheel, my decision roulette wheel, when I got home from work rather than waiting until we film the clip tonight, because it's 7 o'clock at night, right? Thinking I'll have a little bit of time to stitch. I didn't stitch. I was working on finishing ornaments, which I don't have finished yet. I spent 5 minutes trying to figure out how to stick the ribbon in between the two pieces of fabric so that when I flipped it, it was on the right. I felt really dumb after I went, oh yeah, that's how I do it. It's been a while since I've machine sewn an extensive amount.
Because your old one was half dead for about as long as I've known you.
Which, by the way, is still sitting on the floor back there and needs to be disposed of, or I'm going to keep it. Because I don't like throwing things away. Okay.
Now, disposed of, can I have fun with that? Or do you want me to just toss it in the bin and get rid of it?
I would prefer you just toss it in the bin and get rid of it, because... Okay. So, if you remember from a few seconds ago, because you guys watched this all at once, Friday's wheel spin was... Maybe I should make sure you can see the pattern, or, you know, see the... Was nativity. I needed to start another one of my pieces on my nativity. And I thought I was going to start this Wiseman. I got like maybe 2 dozen stitches in it. Decided I needed to find my straight pins, and that's a long story we're not going to go into right now. Found my straight pins, but in the words are hard.
With the straight pins in the same container,
In the bowl.
she found this.
With the straight pins, I found the Wiseman that I was starting on. I'm glad I kind of had a freak out and a meltdown about where all these straight pins were, because you know I have like all those straight pins. That's like 4 boxes of straight pins. I couldn't find any of them.
Long story short, in the attic used to be her craft room when we were foster parenting. Now we're not foster parenting. She's in this room, and she forgot a couple of items upstairs.
So, I'm farther along on the nativity than I thought I was, which is a good thing. So then I ended up, I just started this guy. He's the last wise man I have to do. So I have to do him, the angel, and the Holy Family. Here is where I got Friday and Saturday.
Can I be smart?
What?
Look, it's a messed up bird on a twig.
That is the proper orientation because it's in a hoop.
I know, but it's called having a little bit of fun in life. And I like using my imagination.
He does. So, that's where I got with that. I know, you're like, you had all day Friday and all day Saturday to stitch. You should have gotten more done, lady. And I probably should have. But
No, you did not have all day Saturday. Most of our Saturday was booked.
I ended up searching for straight pins Friday.
We're not getting into that, I thought.
What else was I doing I was doing work for the market on Saturday. And of course Saturday was market day, and we were actually a little bit busier than we probably should have been, because most people didn't do all that great. And that reminds me I need to take that out of the bin. And then we had church, and my parents weren't home this weekend, so it was like drive to church, go to church, come home, cook dinner.
Actually, first we had to go to their house and feed the kittens.
Right, we had to go to their house and feed the kittens. The kittens. Shagna Tigre, Zlati Druhi, and I forget what Zlati Wild is in Slovak. Yes, they have Slovak names.
Her dad was bored. I think. Oh, here's a fun thing we figured out. Laura had a memory post up on Facebook. Turns out we've had our cat for over 7 years.
You guys saw him in Friday's clip. We've had Semi for 7 years, guys. 7 years.
Because those pictures weren't taken until after he liked us.
Yeah.
Because he was feral when we got him. And I do mean as
Speak of the
if
devil.
on cue.
So, then Santa Sunday yesterday, I started a new ornament. This was my Santa Sunday hashtag Santa Sunday, hashtag high tea, because Caroline, Friday Off the Grids, I feel so discombobulated today. Caroline and Friday Off the Grids host, she calls it high tea, on the last Sunday of the month, and it's usually a special start. Something from your stash, or something that really means something special to you. Since a lot of my ornaments are stash starts, my ornaments work perfect. This is where I got. I'm using, I don't know what my threads are. Oh, they're in the bag, which I can't reach right now. I'm using Victorian Motto, a red from Victorian Motto, a green from Victorian Motto, a brown, which you can't really see, from Victorian Motto, Icicle, and then just 310 black. There will be some black in the truck. When I finish it, I will make sure to, hopefully next week it'll be a finish. When I finish it, I will make sure to include my threads in the list. It's just, this is charted in DMCs and weeks, dye works. So, I happen to have Victorian mottos that matched the weeks thread, like the DMC conversions. So, 367 for Blue Spruce and 321 for Louisiana Hot Sauce that were out of the Victorian Motto Christmas box. And then I just used a brown from the monthly things for it. But I will share more when we get to that, when I get done with it. Also, I will see if maybe she has some other type matches on her normal floss list. You can't tell it. I know it looks like I'm kind of stitching the M a little funky. You can't tell it. You'll never be able to see it in a picture or in any lighting that I have. The red does have a slight variegation to it. You have to see it in person. It's that slight, but it's enough that the way the script is, I had to make sure that the script flowed the way it would if you were writing it. So the M, I stitched down, came up, stitched down, came up. I have to stitch each hump. So, my husband's getting beat by a cat right now. Simon, can you get your stitching?
Hey,
Would you like me to hold the
bye-bye.
That's the kitty. That's the Simon. I
Okay.
don't know where the dog went.
I'll sleep somewhere.
Asleep somewhere. All right.
Leave the lady alone.
You know it. You love it. We're going to be working on it for an
Of
attorney.
Sumatra. Wow, you are so enthusiastic. You keep being mean to me and I'll start having a stitchy fire.
You better not, Homeskill. You know how much of this stitching crap cost you?
I have a better idea. I'll discontinue her credit card.
We could have a problem there.
Well, you actually can list websites so that the cards can't be used on them. Like all the ones you use for cross stitch.
Dragons of Sumatra.
And yes, this is normal banter for us.
Oh, mercy. We actually got some stitching done on it. Okay, so.
We got this part here done, and then to this part.
So we'll hold it back so you can, whoa. Yeah, hold it still, lady.
I would have gotten more stitching done, but I started getting a headache, and as anybody who cross stitches would know, headaches and counting don't mix.
We're almost done with the side border.
Hallelujah.
So that's very nice. Good job, honey.
Actually, I was actually thinking about kidnapping into some stitching tonight. We're done with technical difficulties involving gravity.
The camera just went.
Oh, cruel world! I don't want to deal with thee anymore!
By the way, I totally wore the wrong shirt today. Even though it's red, I should have worn my Ohio shirt. We're sitting in, sit sideways, the lovely scarlet and gray chairs because OH?
I-O.
Sorry, Michelle G. Bendy Stitchy. He's from Michigan.
As an original New Jerseyan, I don't get it. Then again, I never really liked sports to begin with. I'm that weird guy where literally you want to throw some weird you want to chase some weird object all around the place.
It's rivalry.
I'm sorry, but I think it just summed up most sports. You take a little object and you either follow it all over the place or you try to launch the thing. Either way, that's basically most sports.
And that's his opinion on sports.
There's whack-a-ball, foosball.
Okay, so keep those comments on videos coming because I'm having a good time reading the comments on Mondays with Joe. So, and that's where we're going to do it is the Mondays with Joe clip. So.
Hey, the first one was something about do I stitch? We answered that one.
The first one that was actually put on the post.
Mm-hmm.
So covered in cat hair. She has a floss tube. I've shouted her out before. I can't remember your first name though, darling.
Speaking of covered in cat
I can't
hair,
remember your first name, darling.
honey,
I'm really bad with
the
names.
irony.
The irony, covered in cat hair. She says she feels the same way about stitching things that are like really, really popular. And can we just say that is it Hands On Design? I think it was Hands On Design. Yes, it was Hands On Design released a new series for 2019 that's going to companion well with the Farmhouse Christmas series. It's Pine Tree something. Yeah, everybody wants it. But that may be one of those where I think it's actually cute enough I might get it. But she agrees with me about stitching everything that's popular.
May I make a comment on that?
What?
I think it should be you should make a differentiation.
Different.
You should make a differentiation.
Words are hard.
Yeah. You should make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. If you want to stitch something because you think it's awesome, stitch it. If you want to stitch something because everybody else is stitching it, you're going to get bored, miserable, and have a half-done project.
I think the thing is, we see a lot of projects more so now because of Flosstube, because of Instagram, because of all of the Facebook groups. So I think we're seeing a lot of... We're just kind of... I guess we're kind of oversaturated with the project. I'm sure that...
No, it's actually the same. It's kind of like people in small towns never knew people shot each other until they got a TV and watched the news.
Yeah.
Nobody realized it was popular until they saw that everybody else was doing it.
I have patterns that I know are popular, were popular, that I've stitched. It's just, you didn't know about it then.
If
So
you
I have
want to
no
make
problem with
sure... Hey, can I make a suggestion? You can live in Joe's land of ignorance. Don't keep up with the latest buzz about what is and isn't popular, and therefore you're making a more well-informed decision based on your own desires.
But then people wouldn't watch my Flosstube channel, and that would suck. Because I have 91 subscribers.
Wow, that got bigger.
I am 9 away from hitting the 100 mark. I want to do a giveaway when I hit the 100 mark. But...
Anybody think I should do something crazy for the 100? Let me know.
She also said that I should tell you that my sewing machine has sentimental value.
I know, I read that. Would you like to know what my exact thoughts are on sentimental value on broken items? Unless you want to turn it... Just, you know what? Here's an idea. Why don't you use all those insane crafting stuff you have over here and make a decoration out of it? Why don't you make it a holder for Cinderella?
Okay then.
You don't like that?
Anyways, okay, moving along. Because it's taken us this long to go through one comment.
You wanted to do it with me.
We're going to feel a little better at this. Anne-Marie in Arizona told me what kind of dogs her dogs are. She told me in an instant message on Facebook Messenger. Guess what I don't have pulled up right now? They're cute little white dogs, but they are a rare breed. They're somewhere in between the Malamute, maybe it was a Malamute that she said it was, but they're one of those Siberian style dogs. So, her littlest one had to have emergency surgery a couple weeks ago, but it's okay. Her puppy's okay. I'm glad to hear that too. So, she and I have been talking a lot on Facebook. She is a lovely person. She doesn't get to upload videos as much as she would like because her internet connection is really slow, but she does beautiful work. And she says thank you, Joe, for calling her crazy for doing heaven and earth designs.
It's the truth.
And also, she lived in Brunswick for 25 years. Oh, no. Sorry, that was the next person. So, and she likes Thanksgiving, too. Betty? Oh, okay, here we go. I found it. They're American Eskimos. I knew I was missing the comment from Amber. I knew she told me this on the Flosstube comment too. They're American Eskimos, so they're cousins to Huskies, Malamutes, and those types of dogs. So, Betty Alna, hello again, Betty, commented and said that in the South they say pecan, not pecan, because a pecan goes under your bed. She didn't say that. But I've heard other Southern people say it.
My question is, what the heck are you doing with a pecan in your house? Did you guys not have that internal plumbing installed yet?
Well, back in the day, you used to have a pot that sat under your bed called a chamber pot. Guess what you did in it in the middle of the night? Especially when it was doing that outside, and it was too cold to go to your outhouse. Okay.
Or you're an old person and can't walk that far like my grandpa did.
She was the one who asked if Joe cross-stitched, and we have answered that. Yes, he does. He just doesn't do it as much as I do.
It's not my main hobby. It's one of my hobbies, but it's not my main hobby. Plus, we've been busy and I've had a headache.
She also said at the end of her comment, which I just now read, that her last name is pronounced Yulan. So, Betty Yulan. Now I will know. Thank you for correcting me.
No, she won't.
I'll probably forget. He's right. No, I will probably remember now. But she lived in Brunswick for about 25 years, and Just Stitching was her shop. So, I'm Lorain County, so I'm probably, I think we're about an hour from Brunswick. Maybe 45 minutes from Brunswick.
You're asking the guy who literally bombed that class?
We're in Elyria, Betty, which is Lorain County. So, and this concludes the comment section of the party. And I promise, keep commenting because I'll get better about reading the comments, and I may actually start taking notes on the comments so that I can keep track of them a little bit better than going, okay, we're going to scroll through and
Running a really stupid idea?
That was my craziness. What?
Pull them up on this and use the snippet tool to make a little Excel file out of them.
That's very true. We could do that. There was
But I'm not reviewing them ahead of time because I like having weird comments.
This is true. Oh, yes. So, also of note this week, X-Stitch Leopard. He's a fairly new Flosstuber. He released one video and then he disappeared for like months. And I think he subscribed to my channel. I'm very glad to see you posted a new video this week. I haven't yet to watch it because I was like doing 6 other things today. And I was watching the news coverage of the NASA Mars landing mobile that landed, which I was very, yes.
Lander, not lander.
Lander.
Mobile.
Lander, because it doesn't move. It's landing and drilling into the core of Mars to get temperature readings.
Is it actually trying to dig all the way to the core?
It's not going to go into the core. They've got, I forget how far down it'll go, but however far down it'll go, it'll get core temperature readings and kind of what's under that crust. And yes, I cheered along with the NASA scientist when it landed.
I'm reminded of a song from Pocahontas.
Colors of the Wind?
No, dig and dig and dig and dig and dig.
So that was very exciting, but I have not watched your new video yet. So, and it's pronounced cross-stitch leopard, but it's spelled X-stitch leopard. I will link it below for you. Saturday at the market, one of the ladies that sells crocheted hats, scarves, and stuff. She does embroidery, which is not cross-stitch.
I'm going to stop and start it. Did a little skippy skip.
It's fine. I've been paying attention when it does that. That's fine. I've been watching the clips back. She gave me a beautiful Thomas Kincaid, the Painter of Light chart. So it's one of those that's got the printed background and you stitch in certain parts. So it's got the printed canvas and the floss. Very pretty. It's a Thomas Kincaid, so I kind of like it.
Can I
I
make
do
a
like
smart
Thomas
icon
Kincaid.
to
What?
that one? It looks like it'd be very hard to get lost.
What?
Because it's printed, it should make it really easy to figure out what stitch goes where.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, he's right. So, but it's very pretty. I do like the Thomas Kincaid paintings. So thank you for that. She doesn't watch my Flosstube channel. I don't think she knows I have Flosstube. In Friday's clip, I forgot to tell you guys, we got Thursday night because it was released midnight UK time, which is earlier here. We got the first part of the Lakeside Needlecraft Tiny Modernist Medieval Castle SAL. So it's the border. So part 1 is always the borders. And then parts 2 through whatever are the rooms. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. So there will be 6 parts. Not get into that for the first of the year. But you guys know that because I explained the whole Flossmas thing and doing the Christmas stitching until January 6th because that's when the Christmas season is officially over. This morning, and I will get a better picture of that, put it at the end of today's clip, and I will link. That's sexy.
I am sorry for being yawny. It's Monday after a 4-day break. One of the guys at work is on vacation this week, so I'm taking over his job while still trying to do my job. Suffice to say, I'm exhausted.
He's tired. So today and then this morning, we got part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Tiny Modernist Santa House SAL, which was the study. Right there. I will put a better picture of it. Again, a better picture of it at the end of today's clip, along with a link. That's actually better than it is when I do this in the afternoon. When I do it in the afternoon, you have that wonderful inception where it's a reflection and a reflection and a reflection and a... Yes, it did. I know that you can like dim your screen and all that to make it seeable. I haven't figured out how to do that on my tablet because I forget every time I go to do it. And then I'm trying to be quick because if these clips run too long, we're gonna have like another 2-hour video, and some people don't like that. So I hope you guys did some. I hope you survived if you did some Black Friday shopping. I hope you all did some Small Business Saturday shopping. I know Solve All Business that would like your support.
Shameless self-promotion.
Shameless self-plug. Today is Cyber Monday, and I bought something on Etsy.
I do have one question about Cyber Monday.
What?
Who the heck actually has time while they're at work to go shopping?
Before the internet was readily accessible like it is in homes, like when you and I were younger, because we're in our mid-30s, the internet was still kind of new, so most people didn't have access to the internet except for at their job. So they would find deals online for things that they didn't get out.
I know a couple of companies that I've worked with where they were talking about how they would spend an hour on the company time shopping on Cyber Mondays.
So a lot of people do it.
And I don't have time. I don't feel to get the time.
One really neat thing I found out this year is some of the stores like Joann's, I know, did it because I took part of it. I bought a couple things today. Their Cyber Monday deals applied, but you didn't have to pay shipping because you could go in store and pick them up. So I needed some fill for my ornaments because I thought I had fiber fill. It was gross. So I was able to get it on a Cyber Monday deal, but not pay shipping because I went to the store and picked it up. I also did some small business Cyber Monday shopping. I bought one of Lindy Stitch's new release patterns. So this is the one on our Etsy store. The other one was in the fall-winter, it was in the most recent issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Magazine. But this is the one that was on our Etsy shop. Is there a cat under me? But I saw it.
Oh, I think he's still mad at me tossing it.
I had to get it. Like, I knew I was going to end up getting it. It says, if thou hast a fearful thought, tell it not to a weakling. Whisper it to thy saddle bow and ride forth singing. And the quote is by King Alfred the Great. He was a British king. She has this on her, when you buy the pattern, it's on the bottom of the pattern. Alfred was the only king in British history to be called the Great. He began to rule his Saxon kingdom in southwest England at the age of 22, accepting the challenge of battling the Danish Vikings, who were successfully pillaging England and establishing permanent settlements. In his first year as king, Alfred fought 9 battles against the Danes, and not all were victories. After much bloodshed, he established peace with the Danes and kept England from further war. When the peace was broken years later, Alfred finally subdued the Vikings by taking the city of London in 886 and pushing the Vikings into eastern England. England's Anglo-Saxon tribes all acknowledged Alfred as their king. Alfred was a fierce warrior who not only protected his country and strengthened his people, he also restored education and promoted literacy. England experienced 100 years of peace thanks to one of its finest kings. And she designed this. I will link her most recent video below where she talks about this pattern and what inspired her with it. But I think I love the quote. It is a bap, though. Holy cannoli, is it a bap? It is 264 stitches by 198 stitches. Sucker is 14 inches wide by 11.8 inches tall. Almost 12 inches tall.
If that's a BAP, what's that?
That's a BAP.
No, I'm sorry. Would you like me to tell you the stitch count for that thing? Because it makes that look pathetic.
Let's see.
Fine. You got me to do it.
I'm looking at the floss list. There's I think this is Freedom. I'm not sure what the floss lists are, but there's a couple of high usage flosses. She charts it in gassed, and there's one Classic Colorworks. Yeah, gassed and one.
Corrected. It's
Classic.
only a little bit smaller than mine. So I need to make another super frame.
I don't know when I'm going to stitch this, but it's high on the list. It is high on the list.
Can I make a suggestion?
What?
You might want to get something that sits on the floor.
What?
A frame that sits on the floor.
Do you know what the fuck those are? Technically, that one over there sits on the floor, but anyways.
Have you met me?
Anyways. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I guarantee if I don't start this by Mania, it's getting started for Mania. I think it probably is going to be a quick stitch. I say that, but it's letters. And we all know words. We underestimate words.
As you said several times today, words are hard.
Words are hard. We all underestimate words. I don't know what I'm going to say. If I don't start this by Mania, I'm starting it for Mania. Because I want this framed. And in my house. Where I will see it every single day. So that I can whisper my fearful thoughts to my saddle bow, and ride forth singing.
Hey, honey.
What?
Does anyone have to get you a saddle bow?
Do you even know what a saddle bow is?
The stirrup, I think.
Good job, honey. Good job. It's not the stirrup, but... Oh, we just froze. Okay, we're done anyways, so if we're out of sync, it's going to be for like 5 seconds.
Bye.
That's it. We're done for the day.
Bye.
You weirdo.
I'm having fun with the fact that it's out of sync. That's really going to mess them up.
It might not even be out of sync. It hasn't been lately. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, gang. So you just watched the Monday with Joe clip. I'm filming the wheel spin clip early. By the way, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's 37 degrees out. I left to go to work at 5:45 this morning, and it was 45 degrees out. I'm betting there's a story in the whole Monday with Joe clip about this weather. Let's start with the number of days we are going to stitch. We are going to stitch for 1 day. 1 day. 1 day. 1 day. I need to learn how to say. I need to learn how to say 1 in Slovak. I know that drugi is tu. There's a story with that. Okay, no ads. Our Flossmas project will be this makes me a little more inclined to stitch this afternoon. Peace on Earth. I have not started Peace on Earth yet, so we will start Peace on Earth. Yay! I get to start Peace on Earth! I'm so excited. I've been wanting to start this. Yeah, I know. I could have just started it. So, Peace on Earth. I did these colors, but I have a blue piece of fabric. You'll see tomorrow what it's going to start looking like. Alright, gang. That's it. That's all I got. So, peace out. Hello, Flosstube. Today is Tuesday, November 27th. It is 30 degrees outside. 30-ish degrees outside. I looked. I pulled the camera up like not even a minute. And I forgot what temperature is. Anyways, there's snow on the ground outside. Because we got some accumulating snow last night. We got about 1 inch. Maybe 2 inches. Gonna get a little bit more tonight. But not nearly as much as the snow belt gets. So, it's cold and snowy. Winter is here. My tablet doesn't want to start. Watch it start now. So when we do our random number generator, we're going to do it old school and use our random number generator. My tablet's old. Alright, so yesterday was start Peace on Earth. So I'm using these colors, but I'm doing it on a blue fabric. Because I'm weird. You know. I did not get a whole lot of stitching done last night. Using my Bell Needle Minder Monica. She gave it to me. Did not get a whole lot of stitching done last night. Because I just didn't. Haven't been feeling it lately. I don't know. It was like this Sunday too. I was like... Anyways. So I'm using the called for colors. Except for the white that's called for is chalk. For some reason, I don't have any chalk. I thought I did. If I do, God only knows what I did with it. So I pulled out my skein of Mythical, which I kind of like better for snow anyways, because it's got that blue tinge to it. So that's what we're doing. That's it. I had something else to show you. Oh, I know what I had to show you. My fabric that I dyed. Needs a good pressing. But there's one piece. So this is called, the color is called Camel. Just that it looked like camo because of the way the dye kind of fractured and split. I'm thinking on large pieces, that's just what the dye is going to do if I ice dye. So I may be going with a different dye method. As you can see, this corner is like... But eventually it will end up on my for sale page. It needs good pressing. There's some straggly strings that need fixed. Here's the other piece. I do think it has a neat look to it. I do think it has a neat look to it. I think with the right application, you could do something cool with this. Brown's not my color. It's not. My neutral is gray. In case you fail to notice. I like the gray. I like the blue-gray. That's my neutral. But that's really all I have for you today, which is probably a good thing, because last night while I was watching it snow, I was putting together, stabbing myself with my paper piercer, and it kind of hurts. Last night while I was putting together while I was watching it snow and not stitching, because I had no motivation to stitch. It's like that Sunday too. I said that already, but like, I should have had that ornament that I showed you guys yesterday's clip done on Sunday, because I literally had nothing else to do. I had minimal to do. I had no motivation to stitch, but excuse me, my weekly video is already over an hour. Joe talks a lot. We talk a lot when I have Joe with me. I figured out how to cut this down, because I know some people don't like I know some people like long videos and some people don't. I try to make it so that if you do watch it and you're not fond of the really long ones, you can kind of catch what you want to see. Okay. So we are going to do the random number generator trick today for my project, because like I said, my tablet doesn't want to start. It is what it is, people. It's an old tablet. I expect it to give up the ghost sooner rather than later. I've got to get all my stitching patterns backed up onto my external hard drive. Alright, here we are. Wheel spin, old school style. Random number generator. Because that's what happens when your tablet doesn't want to start. So, number of days, 1 through 7. I just decided to make it 7. I'm going to get the tablet running again. There's an empty space on the wheel for number of days. So it's going to be 7. So we're stitching for 5 days. We're stitching for 5 days. I only have 5 Christmas projects. I thought I had more. Nativity, Just Cross Stitch, Santa House, 'Tis the Season, Peace on Earth. I swear I'm missing something on this list. I probably am missing something on this list. I'm going to have to figure it out. When I get in with my tablet, I'm going to write it down. I have all of my other whips written down outside of the tablet. But anyways, we're working on Project 2, which is a Just Cross Stitch ornament. That's what JCS means. So, 5 days on a Just Cross Stitch ornament. Fairly certain that I will get the one that I am in progress on done. Maybe not tonight because I've got stuff going on, but by tomorrow, definitely. I don't know if I'm going to start another one. I'm going to have to look and see what I want to do out of there that I want to start. I mean, if I don't want to start another ornament, of course I want to start another ornament, just cross stitch. Anyways, I'll figure that out tomorrow. I will talk to you guys later. Alright guys, that's all I have for you this week, so I'm going to tell you what everybody else tells you. Like my channel, like my video, subscribe to my channel, share the video, tell me about all of your wonderful friends. Tell all of your wonderful friends about me. Words are hard. That's it. I'm done. Have a fabulous week. Hopefully if you are in a snow-prone area, you don't get too much snow. We live in the not-so-snow-prone side of Cleveland. So there's east side and there's west side, and we're on the west side, which is the not snowbelt side. The east side gets the snow. It's the snowbelt because it gets the snow off of the lake. There's a whole meteorological explanation to the snow coming down off the lake and how that works. And it's actually not just Lake Erie, it's Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake Superior. But y'all don't want to hear about that because it's probably not entertaining to anybody other than me. So I will see you guys next week. Have a fabulous week. And always remember to be kind to one another.